Have you ever wondered how the political landscape of India was shaped? A crucial step in the journey was the Government of India Act of 1935, a pivotal statute that set the stage for the democracy we see in India today. Back in the early 20th century, demands for constitutional reforms were growing louder in India. The country's support for Britain in the First World War had triggered a realization in the British Parliament. It was time to include more Indians in the administration of their own country. Responding to these calls for change, the British Parliament passed the Government of India Act in August 1935. This act was the longest one they had ever enacted, and it was split into two parts: the Government of India, Act 1935, and the Government of Burma, Act 1935. This act was not born out of thin air. It was the culmination of a series of recommendations and reports. The Simon Commission report, the discussions of the Round Table conferences, the white paper published by the British government in 1933, and the report of the Joint Select Committees all contributed to the formation of the Act. Now, what did this Act entail? It proposed the creation of an All-India Federation, which would comprise of the Governor's provinces and Chief Commissioner's provinces in British India, as well as any Indian states that chose to join. While the provinces in British India were obligated to join, the princely states were not. However, this federation remained a pipe dream, as it failed to garner the support of the required number of princely states. The Act also divided powers between the centre and the provinces, organising them into three lists: the federal list for the centre, the provincial list for the provinces, and the concurrent list for both. The impact of the Government of India Act 1935 was far-reaching. It marked a significant step towards establishing a responsible government in India, introducing responsibility at the federal level and autonomy at the provincial level. The Act also brought in direct elections at the provincial and federal level, thus planting the seeds of democracy in India. However, the Act had a finite lifespan. It was repealed on the 26th of January 1950, making way for the Indian Constitution and the establishment of the Republic of India. Despite its limitations, the Act played an indispensable role in India's political evolution, laying the foundation for the democratic system that India enjoys today. So, in essence, the Government of India Act 1935 was a critical milestone in the political history of India. It responded to the growing demand for constitutional reforms, proposed a federation, divided powers between the centre and provinces, and introduced direct elections. It was a significant stepping stone towards the democratic India we know today. And even though it was eventually repealed, it had already set the stage for the Indian Constitution and the Republic of India.